We're talking Jameis Winston on New Orleans Saints now, as there's some fear around the future for this year of the Saints starting quarterback. The fear, and I'd even say expectation here, is that Winston suffered a significant knee injury against the Bucs. Concerned there's damage to the ACL and the MCL. And although not officially final in terms of the news, this could very well be a season-ending injury for Winston, which would put the Saints in a very dangerous position at quarterback, since Winston, after all, was their starter. Now, despite losing Winston for the majority of that game against the Bucs, the Saints won, and Trevor Siemian, a big factor in that win. He goes 16 of 29, 159 yards, a touchdown. Not like earth-shattering numbers, but a win is a win, and that is certainly a big deal if you are Trevor Siemian and the Saints, who may or may not be the starter for New Orleans. He got the call against the Bucs because Taysom Hill, the gadget do-it-all player, was out with a concussion. Now, Hill started games last year for New Orleans when Drew Brees was hurt. Now, he's played that kind of quarterback, H-back, tight end, receiver, special, like whatever you want to call it type of role that has been pretty significant and impactful for the Saints. I wonder who the Saints could go to, though. Hill gives you more freedom to run more creative stuff, but he's also not a great pure passer, and I think that should be, at this point, rather clear for New Orleans. There's also Ian Book on the roster, the fourth-round pick out of New Orleans, so the Saints do have depth. It's backup caliber depth, but it's not like they're operating a two-quarterback team with Winston now out. So there are some guys on the roster. So assuming there are no moves, and we're about to get into some replacements here for New Orleans, pick a starter for me. Type TS for Trevor Siemian, TH for Taysom Hill, or IB. I know it's tough to tell what that letter is. It's an I. IB for Ian Book. Get those votes in for me. Pick a starter for me right now in the comments. Let's go to replacements then. Drew Brees. Yes, of course we begin with Breezus himself. Of course he played for the Saints 2006 to 2020. Such a long time for one quarterback. And obviously he knows the team. He knows the offense. He could slide right in. However, Brees also said he's not coming back to the Saints. I think this is probably the right move for Drew. At this point in his career, the arm was just not there anymore. Is he better than Trevor Siemian? I don't know, maybe, but I'm not sure how in shape Brees has kept up with, although not like he's suddenly 300 pounds, but I don't think Brees is really all that viable an option, but a fun one, and gotta mention it like you would do with the Colts and Andrew Luck every time. So what do you think? Do the Saints need to add a quarterback via trade or free agency? Looking at both options here on today's video. This is going to be the pinned comment for you guys. So if you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down. You can type 1 for yes or 0 for no. Let's go to Cam Newton now, as this name has been floated out there, bandied about pretty frequently. Newton does remain an NFL free agent, which is maybe a bit surprising to some. Mike Florio, who had floated the Cam Newton idea first, now says that actually the Saints don't have interest. They're not going to contact him, which is a bit intriguing to me, because I think Cam Newton, if you wanted to make Taysom Hill your starter, I think that could actually be a really good fit, because it would allow you to still utilize Taysom Hill if you want in some of those packages as a receiver tight end. Cam Newton last year, especially post his bout with COVID, it wasn't good. The passing ability had very much taken a step back, although he was still so impactful on the ground. I think that the Saints actually could be a good fit for Cam Newton in terms of the style of football that he plays at this point in his NFL career, and it actually might be a decent match with Taysom Hill. You could still get creative with how you utilize your quarterback, something Sean Payton has shown he likes and is able to do with New Orleans. Newton allegedly is vaccinated. We'll see if he's fully vaxxed or just part of the way that could be a potential issue. But no interest in Cam Newton from the Saints is maybe the right move, but at least interesting and noteworthy. So let's say you're the GM. You're Sean Payton. You're Mickey Loomis up there. Would you sign Cam Newton? Y for yes, you would. N for no, you would not. Hope you guys bet on the Saints this week as the underdog. I did not bet on them, and Well, that cost me there. The Saints, for whatever reason, they low-key kind of own Tom Brady. If you bet on them to win, hope you did with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. And if you're not signed up, go do it right now. Chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code you guys see on screen. That's chat125. When you put down at least $100, they'll hook you up with an extra $125 for free. That's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is chat125. We've gone through internal and free agent names for the Saints. Let's look now at the trade targets, since we've got a little over, we'll call it 30 hours. It's actually an understatement. Over 24 hours where the NFL trade deadline hits on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. So let's run through some trade targets for the Saints at quarterback if Winston is indeed out for the year. Got to mention the biggest name out, that is Deshaun Watson, which I just don't really think you could go acquire him if you were the Saints. The situation is just too dicey. It's too dangerous. You really going to go out and add a player who, hasn't been in a situation like this? You really going to try to add one of those guys in Watson? That's a major, major issue if you're New Orleans. I just don't know how you could trade for a player in Watson's situation. It's far too dicey. That doesn't really make any sense for New Orleans. I think you have to pass on him because you simply don't know where things currently sit. Almost forgot one free agent name, by the way. Phillip Rivers. How about this one? Now, he retired after the 2020 NFL season, but he did say he was open to returning to the NFL. Now, he spent this year coaching high school football, and I think it's the right situation, right team, whatever, for Phillip Rivers. Saints could be that team. So I know I'm very much speculating on this one, but maybe you see what kind of shape he's in. If you don't trust Siemian or Hill, and you think Rivers can still give you something at his very much advanced age, I do think that's a situation the Saints should explore if they want to go out and they want to try to add a veteran player if they don't trust Hill, if they don't trust Siemian, if they don't trust one of those veteran guys. So I don't think it would be Rivers, but, there's only one way to find out is to pick up the phone and go call him, right? Now, I want you guys to name a quarterback who you want to add. Who do you want to acquire if you are New Orleans? Is it a trade guy? We're going to get some more of those guys coming up. Or is it a free agent option? Either way, let me know in the comments. And you can say none if you want as well. If the Saints do make a trade or a move, we'll let you guys know, like we did with the Mark Ingram move, for example. All you have to do is subscribe. YouTube.com/Saints Today. You're pretty much watching on YouTube. So all you got to do, hit the big red button. It really is that simple, and you'll get free Saints videos from us here at Chat Sports. All right, back to trade targets now here. As we kind of got out of order. It's all good. Tua. The Saints are a great fit for Tua Tagovailoa if the Dolphins actually land Watson, which I just think is unlikely. Tua has not been the Dolphins' problem. Now you can say, well, he's not the solution either. Yeah, well, Deshaun Watson won 4 games in Houston too, so okay, let's calm down there. I don't really know what Tua's trade value would be. Is it a second? I don't know if you get a first-round pick for him, but then again, if you trade for Deshaun, I think his value kind of plummets all of a sudden. Tua's not been elite this year, far from it, quite frankly. But again, I don't really blame the Dolphins' lack of wins on him. There have been several games they should have won, and things went awry. And let's be honest here, the Dolphins' coaching staff offensively is not good. The O-line's terrible, there's no ground game, and the play calling has really left a lot to be desired so far in Miami. So if he's available, if I were the Saints, yes, I would be calling. So will the Saints make another trade? They've already made 2 of them with Houston. I don't really think Tyrod Taylor's on the market right now. But what do you think? Will the Saints make another trade? A for yes, another one, or B for no, they will not. One more maybe longer-term guy, because the common theme on these first 3 names was younger players who could stick around more than just as a short-term option. That's Drew Lock. Look, Lock has not been the guy in Denver. That has been very clear. And although he has the arm and some upside, and he hasn't really emerged at all as a reliable piece in Denver, there is a little bit of what I call Jameis Winston to his game, the decision-making. Maybe Sean Payton would be a good fit and a good coach for Drew Lock, although I just don't really see him getting dealt this year before the trade deadline. So 3 names now. We'll spend some time on these guys why I don't like it. What I am calling poor trade targets. Players I would not go after if I were the New Orleans Saints. First up, and the one I really don't want, is Nick Foles. And the reason why? His contract. His contract is not good to be traded. Fairly affordable this year, around a $2 million prorated figure. But as you move forward into next year, $8 million salary, $5 million guaranteed by whatever team acquires him. That's a no-go for me if I were the Saints. Next up is Andy Dalton. I'm a little bit more intrigued by this one of the 3 names. This one makes the most sense to me. He could be a good stopgap option for you, but also we know what Andy Dalton is. Not as good as Jameis Winston. I do think he's better than Trevor Siemian, but he's not going to win you anything. That's not the type of player I'm really going after and saying, oh yeah, now we're going to make some noise in the postseason. We got Andy Dalton. Yeah, the Cowboys tried that. It didn't work. Finally, Marcus Mariota, who, again, dynamic athlete, fits that kind of read option style pretty well. You'd be able to utilize him on the ground. Also, though, every time he gets hit, seems like he gets hurt. And again, I don't really know how much better he is than some of the other options the Saints already have on the roster or in the trade market or hell, even the free agency style.